Hello and welcome to Newsfeed, your daily dose of what people are talking about online, from news stories to what's trending. 100 years ago, an illustrator called H.T. Webster drew a satirical cartoon predicting what life would look like in 2023. This picture, published in the New York World newspaper, eerily hit the nail on the head, predicting AI art generators. It's kind of crazy considering that back in 1923, only 35% of Americans had electricity at home. While today's AI art generators clearly look nothing like what Webster imagined, the technology has advanced to exactly where he predicted it'd be. Artificial intelligence that can not only generate ideas, but draw and write entire articles. ChatGPT. And AI-generated art has surged in popularity in the past year thanks to image generators that can create works in mere seconds at the tap of a finger. But as AI art experiences a boom, there's been opposition, from human artists. The computer-generated work uses human-created art and images as data training. Getty Images announced a lawsuit against one of the biggest AI image generators, Stability AI, this week. The platform and its rival Midjourney have also had a class action lawsuit filed against them for allegedly using copyrighted material to train AI without consent from the creators of the original work. An online movement against AI art is also gaining momentum. Sari paints the picture for us.
This piece by Jason Allen won the Fine Art Award at last year's Colorado State Fair. There was uproar when it became known the image was AI generated, and the jury decided to uphold their decision. The win sparked a massive debate online that continues to this day. The last few months have seen an explosion in the personal use of AI tools. Open social media apps and you will see AI-generated avatars or someone's weird conversation with a chatbot. DALL-E, ChatGPT, Lensa, and many more tools can be seen everywhere. While doctoring images may be a cool way to get a unique profile picture for the ordinary netizen, it carries so much more significance for artists. These images on ArtStation are all created by artists as a protest against AI-generated images, particularly those on the very same platform. The main issue? How works by human artists are being used to train algorithms without their consent. TikTok explains.
Programmers feed existing art into AI to broaden its capabilities, so when your friend shares their latest Lensa portrait, it likely originated from a painting or drawing done by a human. If another human did this, it would be called plagiarism, but the rules for AI haven't been established yet.
There is a distinct lack of regulations surrounding artificial intelligence in the world of art, meaning artists are not protected, and plagiarism is on the rise. AI variations of existing art can be created which are almost identical to original pieces, yet just different enough not to be a carbon copy.
ArtStation quickly reacted to the artist revolt and introduced the tag No AI. If an artist tags their projects with this tag, AI won't be able to use their work. Is it really just the problem of copyright? Or have artists become concerned that AI will take work away from them?
That is a perfect copy.
After all, up until recently, AI artworks looked like this, and now they look like this.
Of course, artists are concerned about the value of art and how they're going to continue to make money. AI already produces award-winning artworks far more cheaply than artists. So, will this technology replace humans in certain fields and deprive artists of an income? Creators are demanding regulations for this technology. They want mandatory labels on AI pieces and governments to put controls on developers, preventing them from feeding images into their databases without the artist's consent. Perhaps most importantly, they argue that artificially produced pieces shouldn't enjoy copyright protection because human authorship is a prerequisite for intellectual property. The other side of the argument? Well, it's just a tool. Think cameras. When photography was first invented, critics said it would spell the end of art. Now, photography is widely accepted as an art form. Defenders of AI say while photographers manipulate the settings of a camera to create photos, they are instructing AI engines to produce art. Human input is still needed to create an image.
This is not something you should fear. This AI is barely advanced enough to produce usable images, and it runs entirely off of already existing material. You see, an artist might look at something like this and be afraid of it, but a good artist will look at it and see an opportunity, a symbiotic relationship, if you will, one in which we create work to inspire it, and they could take our creations and conceptualize something crazy and new in a fraction of the time it takes for us to do the same, and then we could take those concepts to inspire amazing creations of our own, and so on and so forth.
It appears the battle between traditional and AI-generated arts will rage on until uniform and sensible regulations are finally put into place.
Well, this is clearly a big debate. The introduction of new technology into our daily lives brings legal, practical, and ethical questions. So we discuss the future implications of bots like ChatGPT and Midjourney with Yoon Kim, an assistant professor of electrical engineering and computer science at MIT.
And I think something like ChatGPT will likely enhance the capabilities of virtual assistants such as Alexa or Google thing. As with any technology that has come about, we've always navigated, let's say, the new legal and tech policy issues that arise with the invention of such technologies. And I do think what you alluded to, which is, for example, who owns the generated products of these AI systems that have been trained on data from thousands of artists, for example. It's going to be a very interesting space from a policy and a law perspective.
Netflix's co-founder Reed Hastings has stepped down as CEO after 25 years at the helm. He follows in the footsteps of other tech founders turned ex-CEOs like Microsoft's Bill Gates and Amazon's Jeff Bezos. But it's no hasty exit from the company. Hastings will now serve as executive chairman. The 62-year-old hands over the reins to his longtime associates, Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters. Netflix admits 2022 was a tough year, but says results showed a brighter finish. In April, it had lost more than a third of its market value, and its decade-long growth spurt came to an end. But its latest results show signs of a possible upturn. Investors, too, are positive. Shares in the streaming giant surged 6%. And if the numbers are anything to go by, Netflix still has what it takes to pull in an audience. In its fourth quarter, Netflix had 7.7 million subscribers, almost double its own expectations. Of course, that means more money. Revenue jumped to $7.9 billion, 2% up from a year ago. In a somewhat dicey move in a crowded streaming space, Netflix spent just $4 billion on content, $1.7 billion less than the previous year. And as the market becomes more competitive, what Netflix is doing differently to stay above the competition? First up, it's introduced cheaper subscription with ads. And if you are enjoying Netflix without paying for it, that's not going to last. Netflix is coming for you. Better get your own account or convince the person you're sharing with to pay for an account, or else you could be cut out. One of Netflix's biggest hits is the recent documentary Harry and Meghan. It was available to stream from the beginning of December, and in its first week became the streaming service's most watched documentary premiere. Shortly afterwards, on January 10th, Prince Harry released his memoir, Spare. That was yet another extraordinary success for the prince. It shifted nearly 1.5 million copies on its first day on sale in the UK, US, and Canada. It even broke the Guinness World Record as the fastest-selling nonfiction book of all time. But while the public clearly want to know all about Harry, his wife, and the royal family, it doesn't mean to say they like him. In fact, according to a UK YouGov poll, they don't. They really don't. Take a look at these graphs. Asked what was Harry's main motivation for writing Spare, 1 in 4 Brits said it was to make money. Less than half thought it was to tell his side of the story, and nearly 1 in 10 said it was to publicly condemn the royal family. And if we go back several years, we can see that Harry was cruising on 80% in the popularity stakes, the yellow line, and around 15% had a negative opinion of the prince. That's the red line that you see in this graph. But look at what happens from 2020. The chart goes berserk, and now around 2/3 more Brits have negative vibes towards him. Harry's book took one almighty swing at the royal family as an institution. His father, brother, and Camilla took a hell of a beating, so let's see how the British public rates the fam. Princess Anne gets most love, but the Prince of Wales isn't far behind. His wife Catherine is also popular. Looking down the list, even Camilla, the Queen Consort, comes above both Harry and Meghan. Prince Andrew is the least liked for obvious reasons. But wait, not with the grave vote. Remarkably, those over 65 rate Harry and Meghan more negatively than Prince Andrew. And that's despite him paying off a woman who accused him of sexual assault and his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Harry's book may have brought in the big bucks, but in Britain at least, his popularity is in tatters. All right, so if 2022 was the year of quiet quitting, early retirement, and resignations, just 3 weeks into the new year and a new trend is gaining traction: rage applying. Mostly popular with the younger set, it's about those who are unhappy at work looking for more satisfying positions and quick. TikTok has made the concept sound funny, but it is a real thing, and some have reaped the benefits.
Rage applying is the new quiet quitting. It's when you apply for a job that'll pay you more. What's wrong with that? You're just using the word rage to make it sound bad. Employees aren't clocking out to go to the bathroom in a new trend called Satan. People are allowed to apply to other jobs. Oh no, you're right. You owe your undying loyalty to the company that's underpaying you because they let you have a potluck last week. I say click submit on as many LinkedIn applications as you want. No one's reading them anyway. I swear to God, we're gonna see articles in the future like young people aren't volunteering for the Hunger Games anymore thanks to a terrifying new TikTok phenomenon called wanting to live.
Zero?
Here's my resignation. Oh God, and why is this? Well, when you passed me again for that promotion, I just rage applied to like 30 different roles and was able to land one that pays $35,000 more. Rage apply. Yeah, you ticked me off, and honestly, it was a kick I needed to start looking for much better jobs, and thank God I found
So
one.
it's what, another quiet quitting thing?
Yeah, the media's making it out to be something, but really it's just finding a better job, which is something that we all should be doing.
All right, what if I gave you a 10K bump? Huh? How's that?
Yeah, I don't think so, boss.
And that's our show. Find us on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.